Hi, I'm Gareth and welcome to another one of our videos in which we're going to use the Music Matters theme to present it in a particular musical style. And you may well have seen one or two of these before, but we've got various videos out there on the Music Matters channel where we've presented the Music Matters theme in Baroque style as a fugue, where it comes in classical style, in romantic style, in various dance styles. Well, here's another one based on a rumba rhythm. And of course, it's a bit of fun at one level, and at another level, the point of doing this is to show people who are composers and arrangers how you can work with the same musical idea in a whole host of different ways. So you may be expert in the rumba, or you may be thinking, well, yes, I kind of vaguely know about rumbas, but what is a rumba? Well, essentially, it's a piece that uses this rhythm. So you'll notice it's in 2/4, which is why I've converted this into 2/4. The Music Matters theme is normally in 4/4, but that's no big alteration there. And this is how the rhythm goes. And you'll notice it's sort of characterized by a little bit of syncopation in the middle of these two bars. So this is how this rhythm goes. You've got ba, 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 ba. So it's got a real character to it, isn't it? And a rumba can be presented at a variety of speeds. I'm going to do this one at a sort of moderate speed where I think a rumba works quite well. And it's also worth thinking, if you're coming to this as a composer or arranger, how do I write a truly authentic rumba? Well, you don't need to worry too much about that. You can write something that's in a rumba style or that's rumba influenced, that maybe has other elements attached to it as well. Now, obviously, because I'm taking the Music Matters theme, I've had to sort of adapt it a little bit. So you notice the original melody. It's just being slightly altered here because I've got to get it to fit with the rumba rhythm. So let's have a look at the melody just to see how I've managed to reorganize it slightly. Back. Second time bar. So you can see it's recognizable entirely as the Music Matters theme, but you just have to engineer things a little bit to make it fit into this rumba rhythm. Now, just to make sure that when you write a rhythm, you don't end up with all the parts just doing the rumba rhythm, which can sound a bit stilted, I've got the left hand running a particular pattern through this. And this is not part of what you have to do to produce a rumba, but there's purpose behind it because the left hand is matching some of the rumba rhythm in that it's got this dotted thing at the beginning. So dotted quaver followed by a semiquaver is where this rumba rhythm begins. But then I'm just using that idea at the beginning as a continuous rhythm in the bass. So in other words, it gives us a kind of stable bass line rhythmically over which the rest is built. And I'm using the bass line to kind of spread out over the chords. Quite often in a rumba, the harmony is not overcomplicated. So you'll notice that I've simplified the harmony. In the original Music Matters theme, we've got chord 1, and then we have a diminished seventh, and then we go on to a 2/7 chord, and we're using chromatic chords and extended chords. Here, you'll notice I've done the whole thing just by using the tonic and dominant chords. So the left hand is spelling out this. And here's an interesting thing, of course, you can do with left hand textures, not just in a rumba, but anywhere else. Well, when you look at the left hand, I've got chord 1, but instead of just having an E flat, G, B flat, which would leave the left hand feeling very grumpy and at close quarters, I've used the root and then the fifth, and put the third in the upper octave. You see how that is a lovely spacing of that chord, and you get this little characteristic left hand that runs. So I've got 2 bars of the tonic chord, and then I've got 2 bars of the dominant chord. And then back to the tonic chord again. And then the dominant chord. And then we go back to the beginning. But you see the whole thing is entirely tonic and dominant chord. So I've stripped out the complexity of the harmony because I think all that chromatic harmony and the extended chords would slightly get in the way of the rumba style. Now then, what's happening in the middle is that I'm just filling out those chords. So you can see these parts here in the treble clef with the stems down are just filling out the tonic and the dominant harmony, and also just kind of attaching itself to the rumba rhythm without necessarily having all the detail. Particularly in the second half of the second bar, you notice where we've got this movement in the top part that we haven't got in that lower right hand part, just so it's a little bit independent of that rhythm, but kind of trucking it on the same lines. Okay, well there we are. There's a brief explanation of how a rumba works and how I've decided to use it in this particular arrangement of the theme. And you're now thinking, well, what does it sound like? And if you're a keyboard player, you might well want to have a go at playing it. Well, this is what it sounds like. There we are. I hope you enjoyed our Music Matters Rumba.